I get in my jammy jams.
Okay.
And I gather around with the people I love. They pretend that they're on my team and say they're going to stay up and watch the ball drop with me.
Wait, who?
And then the evening
Your family?
proceeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they proceed to all fall asleep one by one, leaving me in the living room in the dark by myself with Ryan Seacrest.
Sounds like a horror story. Alone with Seacrest.
The shadows just get a little darker, and then I'm like, oh, the cold shivers my spine, and then Ryan is in the corner, and he's just like,
Happy New Year, and you're going to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it's just,
and he goes,
and you're just like, oh God.
good morning, sir.
Well, Happy New Year's to all you Banter biscuits and to my co-host Garrett.
Oh,
how are we doing, dude?
Thank you for choosing them first.
Yes, I always do whenever I make any of my decisions. And Biscuits, if you want to choose us first, please click like and subscribe wherever you're listening to. Give us a 5-star review. Have us be your number one choice for the New Year's.
Did Mongolia subscribe yet?
Mongolia declared war.
Wait, what? Is that real?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, not against America. Against this podcast, maybe. I would love it if we had more Mongolian, viewers.
Subscribers.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I know a missionary in Mongolia. Maybe I can give him a call. I'll be like, hey, can you tell all 100 people who live there to like and subscribe wherever they're listening to?
So how you doing, my friend? Are you feeling resolution-y?
I don't believe in that garbage. I think we talked about that last time we did a New Year's podcast.
You don't believe in bettering yourself?
No, I do. I just don't believe it should all be contained to this part of the year.
Yeah. It's so funny because at the Y, which we've been going to, it's been like a ghost town.
Oh, yeah. It's about to get crazy.
Now it's like you walk in, there's people punching each other and knocking each other over.
My triglycerides are high. Oh, do you think we can get some more towels?
Yeah. Fast forward to April, they'll all be gone.
Oh, no, dude. February.
Yeah,
it'll be
1
February.
month. Yeah,
it'll be February. You'll see a 50% drop in February for sure.
I want to say that I'm proud of you because you have been working out consistently, at least in my perspective, since this podcast has started. You've been running and or working out and lifting since I've been really more in touch with you.
No, that's a complete lie. I'm off and on. I haven't ran or worked out in a few months. Yeah, it's all depends. Yeah.
You've consistently mentioned.
Yes, I have always mentioned to you off the podcast, yeah, I'm going to go for a run now, or oh yeah, I'm going to go hit the weights, but it's like I'm trying to find, because it sucks, but my job very much dictates, and it's unhealthy, but it very much dictates how much drive I have. If I have a bad school year, I really don't do a lot. If I have a good school year, I feel like, okay, sweet, I can go exercise because everything's fine.
At least you're always working out your mind.
I want to talk about the bee I have in my bonnet today.
You have a bee in your bonnet?
I do. I have a little bee in my bonnet.
I feel this confabulation of emotions, and one of them is pride because you've taken on one of my phrases.
I'm super excited.
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Did you know my wife said that to me once? She's like, I have such a bee in my bonnet right now.
She did? Did she get it from this?
Yeah, she did. And I'm like, you've been listening, haven't you?
I'm so gratified. Nobody ever copies me.
Yeah, for good reason. All
right, why do you have a bee in your bonnet? Yeah.
I have a little bee in my bonnet because I get really tired of looking at morons who wear Santa hats after Christmas and after New Year's.
Hey, you know what? I'm wearing this because I went to shovel my driveway this morning, and it was really cold. And I didn't have my hair done yet, so I put it on, and then my hair dried as I was shoveling.
So there's a lot to unpack
here. I am.
There's a lot to unpack here. The first thing to unpack is Garrett has to wait until his hair is done. Garrett wakes up at 6 a.m. every morning and gets in the chair, and he's not out until 8:30 until his hair is done.
Right. The chair, the spinning chair, like the barber chair with the mirrors.
Yeah, like the chair before you go and make a movie. Garrett's in the chair at 7 a.m. Yeah. He wakes up at 6.
The camera pans away, and you see the clock do that thing where it goes and like spins a bunch, and then it pans back, and I'm the Grinch.
I feel like you were one of those kids that after New Year's had to be told, like, Garrett, Christmas is over now.
Yeah.
It's time to put the tree away.
Do we wear hats to school? Do we put all of our books in our lockers, or do we carry some of them with us to class?
Oh my gosh, you sound just like me, dude. Like, I have kids who will come to my class late, and I'm like, where did you come from before? Like, why are you so late? They're like, sorry, Mr. Mars, I just didn't have enough time. I'm like, and I get like real close. I'm like, you have 4 minutes between classes. Where were you? Where were you before this class? They'll be like, I was in science. I'm like, so you were the class next door to here?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, and you were late?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
And you're calling them out. You're expecting them to put two and two together. But see, this is why sometimes I understand why you chose to work with middle schoolers and kids, because these are the things you can't talk to adults.
Yeah.
You know, like you have somebody who's like, oh, so sorry. And they walk in and they have a Starbucks cup.
It is so true. And it's like fresh.
Yeah.
Like the line was just so long. I ordered a large and they gave me a medium.
You would not believe the traffic I had walking from my car to Starbucks and then back to my car again.
I ordered a venti and they gave me a grande, so they had to clean up the entire coffee I threw in their face first. It really made for a hectic morning.
So why is there a bee in your bonnet? Is it really me?
Yeah, it's because you're wearing a Santa hat right now,
it? Okay.
and it's just biscuits. I usually get on first, and I give Garrett the code to get on, and then as like he is getting on, I'm like, either organizing the spreadsheet or Garrett is to see what topics we're gonna be hitting on today, and it just pops on, and I don't see the video, and Garrett's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, good." I go on, and he's just wearing a Santa hat, and I'm like, "Yep."
One time, Seth took forever getting set up, and I was sitting here like for 20 minutes and then he got on and he, after 20 minutes, he sent me the little message that said the meeting code and all that stuff, and then I got distracted because I was waiting, and then about 30 seconds after he texted me the code, he just texted
yeah.
So that's it. You're just mad that I have Christmas spirit all year and you don't.
Yeah, the way that you put these things sometimes makes me so... Oh, I see. So you're mad because I have Christmas spirit 365 days a year, and you only have it from after Thanksgiving to Christmas.
You there, boy. What day is it? It's podcast time.
Yeah.
Well, go and get me that pheasant in the window, the one that's twice your size. Merry Christmas. Garrett,
you travel back in time and you like land in like the summer of 1985 and you like hit the ground and you're like, oh, and you get someone and you like have their collar in your hands and you're like, what year is it? They're like 1985 and you're like, what day? And they're like, July 2nd. You're like, oh, thank God. And you put your Santa hat on.
Yeah.
You're like, because Christmas is all year round.
Yeah. 1985.
And then Chernobyl happens the next day.
You there, glamour rock man with your cut-off sleeves and long disheveled hair. What year is it? It's 1985 and Van Halen is number one. All right, so that's the bee in your bonnet.
You keep asking me that.
I
that is the bee in my bonnet.
Because it was on the agenda before. But
no,
you just
weren't paying attention.
Okay.
No,
right.
You weren't paying. I even typed it and you clicked on it and then you moved down.
Do we want to talk about why I'm mad?
Now we have another segment for you biscuits right now, and Garrett just prefaced. Haha! New Year's, new words. Garrett prefaced it with "You were right." So I'm very excited. Yeah. Yes, I'm extremely excited. You go ahead.
Well, I'm mad.
Uh-huh.
I watched Special 3 of Disney's Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Special 3. Oh, where the bi regeneration?
Yeah. So I'm mad. I'm not going to say this is the father when when the kid does something very wrong.
Yes.
And he walks into the living room with his backpack and it falls on the floor and he goes, "I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed."
Yep. That's exactly it.
So all Disney had to do.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, there it is.
Disney, Kathleen.
Yeah, no, she's Star Wars.
All you had to
can't
do.
just blame everything on Kathleen. You go to Kroger and they're missing an order and you're out of your house. You're like, Kathleen.
Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
All you had to do, you had a perfectly done, a perfectly ready to go with thing that was wonderful, with a built-in audience, with a completely, perfectly well-constructed culture.
Yep.
And a ever adapting, ever changing, ever growing way to keep it going forever.
Yep. Yes.
That had been road tested, proven
for 60
generation
years.
after generation. All you had to do was do the same thing that we've been doing, and everyone would have been happy and not angry right now.
Yeah. Biscuits, if you've never seen Doctor Who, or if you've never been in love with Doctor Who like we have, you don't get it. But imagine like one of your favorite shows or hobbies, and someone was just like, you know what? Let's screw it all up.
Yeah. This is why I'm upset, because they didn't have to change anything. All they had to do was literally throw money at anyone. Me, you, you or I could have done this.
Yes.
They could have just kept it the same. It's like imagine that your family's gathered around in the living room and they're about to unveil the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're gonna pull this this cover off the Christmas tree and reveal the Christmas spirit, the Christmas season, with all the lights, and plug in the tree.
Right.
And they're like, okay, everyone's ready. The lights go off. You're all sitting on the couch. Like you can see the effervescent glow underneath the blanket of the Christmas tree. And they pull it off, and it's a refrigerator.
So
Why is it a fridge, Dad? Well, I mean, we're doing something new. I mean, it's not conventional, but we just figured, all you had to do was set up the Christmas tree.
I want to move this along because we could listen to Garrett give analogy after analogy. So let me just give the Biscuits a little premise here, a little synopsis of what happens. And then Garrett can really hone in on what really upset him.
Yeah.
So after the 13th Doctor and Doctor Who regenerated, she regenerated, meaning if you guys don't ever watch Doctor Who, the Doctor is an alien, a humanoid alien called a Time Lord. And the Time Lord travels in their TARDIS in time and space to wherever, whenever they want. And the show really tackles... oh my gosh, I'm losing my Doctor Who. No, wait, hold on. Time and...
You told me in
relative
2016.
Interdimensional in space.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it can change.
I probably got that partially wrong.
It can change to any form, but it's broken, so it's stuck on a police box.
Yes. And the premise is the Doctor is a Time Lord from a different planet. All his people were alive, and then a time war happened, and then dead, but they actually weren't. They were in a different dimension, but the Doctor doesn't exactly want to save them because, the show deals with a lot of morality, like what happens when you live too long, because when the Doctor is mortally injured, meaning he or she is dying, they can change their their appearance by regenerating their cells and making them healthy again, but they have to change their appearance. This is how they keep shuffling in and out actors over time.
It happened because the first main character, they cast him.
The first Doctor.
And then, this is in the 60s, and they cast him, started making episodes, and then he comes in one day and he goes, well, it appears that I am quite old. And then they were like, well then, it seems we're in quite an impasse. What should we do? And so they just killed him, and they were like, he has a new face, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they realized that they could keep the show going forever because they were like, well, we could just recast a new person. And after the third or fourth time of it, they realized that it was actually quite endearing and exciting because it was like one Doctor would say goodbye, and then the whole audience would be tearful over it because you get to love this Doctor, this character, and then they say goodbye, and then you have this new exciting thing. So if it wasn't for that, the show would have ended in the 60s.
So what ended up happening was from 1963 to 1987 or 89.
Good year.
There was the original series. And then it got canceled after 7 Doctors. Then there was a movie in 1996 with the 8th Doctor, but it never got picked up for a TV series, so then it ended. And then the TV series got picked up again in 2005 with the 9th Doctor. And then that leads us to today. Now, what happened was in 2000, and I want to say like 22, roughly around that time, or 2021, the Disney wanted Doctor Who. And Doctor
Disney?
Who. Hold on. Whoa. Let's just catch up. Okay.
All right.
And the show wasn't doing so well, not because of Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. I thought she was great, and I would love to see her again. But the writing was awful because they have a different showrunner. He wasn't doing so well, so they swapped the showrunner. They changed the actor. Disney wanted their hands in some of the pot, and they said, "Why don't you come to Disney Plus, and we'll produce it, and you can make a couple seasons with us." So for the 14th Doctor, they brought back the same actor who played the 10th Doctor, named David Tennant. And a lot of you know who this guy is if you Google him. He's amazing. We love David.
He is. He's mine.
And what happened was David only came back for a few specials. So David Tennant's Doctor, the 14th incarnation, regenerated. But instead of killing off David Tennant's Doctor like they did when he was the 10th Doctor and having him change, they did something new called a bi-regeneration. A bi-regeneration is when, instead of the Doctor just changing, he actually splits into a new Doctor while still keeping the other one. I think they did that just in case, like, break glass in case of emergency. We need David Tennant back. And then that Doctor named Cutie, who honestly is a great actor.
He was apparently one of Britain's premier actors right now. Like, one of the best burgeoning people acting in TV and movies right now.
He was the Doctor for 2 seasons, and Garrett probably hasn't gotten this far. But then, because ratings were still going down, people weren't exactly liking the series based on maybe political stuff or just like, this isn't what I used to like, we don't like this, whatever it is. They surprisingly, with nobody knowing, killed off his Doctor. And then he regenerated into a previous friend of the Doctor who we don't know is actually going to be the Doctor or is just a placeholder, and then they're actually going to introduce the new one later on once it comes back. So, Garrett, what is your problem?
So nobody knows what's going on.
Nobody knows what's happening with the series anymore.
My problem was I got my hopes up. That's what happened. It's like what they say is like, what is it? Disappointment is like a combination of expectation and reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched Special 1 with Donna. And it was so awesome. Remember with the Meep?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm the Meep, and I'm so cute and lost in the universe. And then and then 40% into the episode, you start going, wait a second, something's wrong. And then at the end, it's like this maniacal, evil, possum-looking thing with claws, like, you're all screwed. And it's just so amazing. It was such a great episode, and it just pulled me in, and I was like, we're back, baby. Yeah. And then the second episode, it was like, this is different. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the third special,
with a toy maker.
And they're like, we're bi wink or we're bi wink what's it called? Yeah. And I'm like, wait. this is not good. So there's 2 of you? Like, how? Wait, hold on a sec. Like, and then I tried to give it a chance, and then about the time I realized he had no pants on, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So the problem is you're messing with the fabric of what makes it great, and when you do that, you're toast. You're toast. You really are, because there's only one reason that it kept going, and that was because one thing has to die, and the moment you make it that like anyone can come back at any time, you don't have to really say goodbye to anybody. You know what I mean?
The stakes aren't as high.
Like, what's his name? The guy that was the Scotsman Doctor?
Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, Peter Capaldi.
One of the best ones.
Yeah, a lot of people were really sad when he regenerated. Because it was like, oh man, you know that you're never going to see him again. And that's part of what makes it so great, is because it's like an era ending. Mm-hmm. But as soon as you make it like well, we could have anyone come back and it's no consequence. Like, what's the point now? Like, it's not intriguing. It's not.
They did it because the viewership was dropping and they needed to do something to bring people back. And then they had us. And then they regenerated, which is controversial, into a doctor that I'm fine with many things, but I know a lot of people have issues with the woke or with the not woke because he's black, not woke because he's even gay, but like
he is
woke. Yeah, the actor
gay?
Definitely is, and the character kind of is also in that same direction.
Well, that's what I thought they were meant by the whole bi thing.
Yeah.
But,
no. That was just like, we want to keep David Tennant in our pocket in case we need to bring him back. So let's still have his character out there.
And that's another problem. Hold on.
Yeah.
When have you ever, I'm getting way too excited. When have you ever seen the Doctor just sitting there?
Well,
do you remember
they
what
did
I'm
it with
talking
David
about?
Tennant. They did it with David Tennant before with the Meta Crisis Doctor when the 10th one split.
But they're sitting
into
there
like
in the backyard with Donna, and she's just like, "Isn't it so great to not have to save the universe?" And he's like, "You know what? I do like it." And then it just goes to the next scene, and I'm like, "Wait, what? Like that's not what he does. He can't.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the show."
Yeah. So
Anyway,
they did it because they wanted to bring fans back and ratings back.
Frickin'
The
Disney.
issue is there's a big majority of people. Like, I don't care that the Doctor was black. I don't care that the Doctor was gay. If the story is good, I will watch it. I will sit there and I will watch it. And I will enjoy it. The
Cuts to a
problem
shot
is,
of him turning into an alligator.
yeah, it's like, all right, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, but like,
Just eats a
where it
child.
becomes a problem is when the plot isn't really well thought out and you're putting an agenda over good storytelling.
yeah,
That is always
it's
a
science
problem
fiction
with
theater.
Exactly. In any genre, on any show or movie, if an agenda is bigger than the quality of the story and character development, you're going to lose people.
Yeah.
You're going to lose people.
Love is when you put yourself aside and put someone else first.
There it is. Love is putting someone else's needs a little bit higher than your own.
So I love Disney. I will let it slide, and eventually, like, I'll go back to Disneyland and watch the classics and watch new movies. Like, that's fine. But they just took something I loved and just slapped it right in the face.
Well, we're hoping...
So it's getting harder and harder to forgive them.
It was... I mean, the BBC also was not doing such a great job with it before it went to Disney either. My hope, and like I said in the last episode, is this is kind of a wake-up call to, like, listen, it's fine if you want to teach us some morality according to your point of view. Sure, fine, whatever. But you can easily do that like you used to by sprinkling in some great life lessons that are applicable to each and every individual rather than a specific point of view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird because how excited I was yesterday via today. Like I texted you, remember? And I was like I was all into it and excited.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, quick diversion from the path here. I was texting you yesterday, and my windshield broke.
No freaking way! What happened?
Do you remember when I was texting you, and I was like, "What? I don't remember. What did I say? I was like, River Song is not a companion."
That was like 3-4 days ago.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I texted you that, I was all excited about Doctor Who, and I was like all back into it. And I'm texting you, and I texted that, and then I look up, and my windshield just goes all the way through the middle.
And the world was not happy with your opinion.
Yeah, and then I was like, that's okay. I've got Doctor Who later.
Yeah, JK.
But that's how cold it is in Ohio, and that's how cold it is in my heart right now. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never break your spine?
Is that it?
That's it. That was my intro.
Oh, okay. So Garrett is trying in his own way to tell you guys a happy new year. And I believe we have a couple things to say about how we spent ours. So what did you do, Mr. Gitchell?
I did what I always do. I get super excited. I stock up on candy and drinks.
Please don't tell me this leads to disappointment again.
I get in my jammy jams.
Okay.
And I gather around with the people I love. They pretend that they're on my team and say they're going to stay up and watch the ball drop with me.
Wait, who?
And then the evening
Your family?
proceeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they proceed to all fall asleep one by one, leaving me in the living room in the dark by myself with Ryan Seacrest.
Sounds like a horror story. Alone with Seacrest.
The shadows just get a little darker, and then I'm like, oh, the cold shivers my spine, and then Ryan is in the corner, and he's just like, Happy New Year.
Why? He's like, Happy New Year, and you're going to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it's just...
and he goes,
and you're just like, oh, God.
I never wanted to go back again.
Yeah.
And then he just starts shoving a ticket down my throat.
It's cold.
So yeah, I mean, it used to be different. Like people used to stay up with me. But like the last 3 or 4 years, people get all excited. Here's the thing. People like the idea of seeing the ball drop.
Yes.
But when it comes down to the discipline it requires to actually stay up and force feed yourself sugar and not fall subject to the sugar crash around 11:45.
Right.
It actually requires some strategy and forethought to be able to do it, and I seem to be the only one who's willing.
So like I bought a whole 2-liter thing of Coke, and I didn't drink one sip of it because I knew if I did at like 8:30, by 9 o'clock I'd be falling asleep.
You'd be crashed out, yeah. Right.
So I did not, with the exception of some cake I made, I did not eat any sugar, and I was like pushing myself to midnight.
Yeah, you shouldn't. But here's the thing: you shouldn't have to push yourself to midnight. It should just be a joy. It should just be
not how it works.
It should just be like, I'm excited about this enough to stay up. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel.
Garrett, some of the greatest things in life take strength. Okay, like I'm sorry that for you it's so easy, but for the rest of us, like yes, it takes some strength here.
Yeah, it's always just been pure joy and engagement for me. I never, or maybe it's because of my unhealthy sleeping habits, but that's beside the point. So anyway, Audrey fell asleep around 11.
She's 1 hour away.
In the past, I usually wake her up and make her feel bad. But this one, I decided, you know what? Just let her sleep. She's a mom of 2.
Yeah.
I have very little to do with the children these days.
Wait. I have very little to do with the children these days.
Yeah, well, because our roles have split. So we both have an understanding. My job is to make sure that we never get evicted. And my kids never have to like hear their tummies grumbling. That's my job.
Okay.
Her job is to make sure that they stay alive from day to day and to discipline them and to teach them their ABCs and their arithmetic. And
never go to urgent care.
She spends I'm going to step in on that one. That's a waste of money and time. We all know that. But my role is to spiritually lead the household, yes. But like 80% of the time, she's with them. You know what I mean? I come home from work, and then we both split into our jobs. She goes off the clock. I go off the clock, and we both assume our normal responsibilities with each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's what our therapist said to do anyway. So like there's a certain time when they wake up and Audrey is now on the clock as mom. That's her job. And then I come home and then I'm off the clock and she's off the clock and then we co-parent together. But for the most part, she takes care of them. She raises them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe it's her too traditionally minded. But that's what we've did. That's what we've discussed. So anyway, she falls asleep, and I have a little bit more of an understanding of it. Like she has a way tougher job than I do, so I just let her sleep, and the ball started dropping, and I woke her up. I shook her awake, and she wakes up. She goes, "Oh, Happy New Year!" And then falls asleep. I'm like, oh, okay. Looks like I'm kissing myself this holiday season
again. Yeah.
How was your New Year's?
So my little brother and his wife came over.
Oh, cool.
That was really neat.
To your house?
Yes. No, to the motel, and that's where we had a party. Yeah, no.
In Cincinnati?
Yes, he came to my home.
That's cool.
It was great. It's a tradition. He always comes over every year. Now that he's married, he brings her. And last year when they came, they left a little disappointed because they were hungry because I apparently didn't make enough food.
That's the spirit.
So this year we went to Roosters, which if you're from Cincinnati or Columbus area, you know what I'm talking about, and it's incredible. And then they came home and they were full. And I said, great, tonight we're having fettuccine Alfredo.
They came to your house. Oh, fettuccine Alfredo. Let's get back to that. That's a New Year's food.
Yes.
They came to your house with the same expectation that you have going to someone else's wedding.
Yes, that is so true. So they're paying this amount in gas, so they better get their money's worth when they get here. Yes.
Everybody, somewhere between episode 50 and now, Seth told me about his ridiculous expectation of weddings, that he expects the bride and the groom to take care of him because of the money that he paid.
So that's not exactly true. That's slightly true. I expect the meal that I'm eating to be worth the money that I spent on the gift.
You're a guest.
That's exactly what my
so it's ridiculous.
Listen, I'm a guest.
Own.
Listen, I'm a guest, but with nobody at somebody's wedding, the couple feels very lonely. So if you're going to invite people then you're going to make them buy you things, then the food better be worth what I'm paying.
Seth is the guest that you show up at the table, and the bride and groom have chosen the plastic shimmery silverware instead of actual metal silverware. And they pick up the fork. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like in the pictures, it looks like it's metal, but it's actually plastic.
That's what Shelby wanted to use that for our wedding. Yes.
Yeah, and then he goes on the table, and then as the bride's looking right at him, he goes,
snaps it
and breaks it.
This was not worth the vacation and spa weekend I bought you to. Yeah. So Brett and Mel come over, and in the last year they're hungry, so we went out the Roosters. They said, great, in a few hours I'm making you fettuccine Alfredo with a side of broccoli.
Pause. Why do you make fettuccine? Do you make fettuccine Alfredo on New Year's for tradition's sake, or because because I was just thinking this last night. We were eating pasta, and I was like, it should need some Alfredo because that's a New Year's food. And then I was like, why do I think that?
Because it's white and glistening, just like the New Year's.
But do you have you eaten fettuccine Alfredo historically on New Year's?
No, it's just something I make. Brett and Mel missed it, and they wanted to try it. So I said, yeah, I'll make this for you at New Year's. I make my own sauce homemade. So I fed them fettuccine Alfredo, and they're sitting, and they're like, oh, this was so good. And then all of a sudden you hear, digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga on my phone. My phone alarm goes up. I'm like, get ready for some chocolate cake. And then I pull out a chocolate bundt cake from the oven that I made homemade. And they're eating it. They're like, this is so good. I'm like, I'm really glad you like it. So would anybody like some homemade taquitos? And they're like, please, no more.
They just walk into your kitchen from outside from their car, and you're Martha Stewart in a home cooking show, and you're just like, and now we're going to apply this honey glazed ham to the surface of the ham, and it's a good thing.
and it's a good thing. So they didn't want any of the homemade taquitos I was going to make them.
Oh, and I'm like, because they had just gorged themselves on fettuccine Alfredo, which is a very hearty food.
And then I turned my head and chocolate cake, and then I turned my head to the side. I'm like, so are we full now?
Yeah. So this came with a little bitterness from the past.
No, this came with a little like, I can be a good host. So they were very happy. They just left today. We went out to Red Robin for lunch.
Oh, fun.
They were and my fork was missing, and the waitress took 15 minutes to get back to me. So that was great. So I couldn't eat my side of mac and cheese. So she got like a little tip.
Did she go down 1%?
She got fine.
That's when I go down 1%. I'm like, okay, down 1%.
Well, she also spilled my water all over the table too. When she went to go pour it, and I'm just like, and she was like older, and I'm like,
not on purpose.
I'm like, you poor thing.
You can't hold accidents against them.
Yeah, it was fine. But yeah, so New Year's was great. But you mentioned the ball dropping, so we were staying up till midnight.
Hold on. She just comes to your table at Red Robin, and she's like, okay, how we doing, everybody? Everything tasting good? And the camera just suddenly goes out, and there's an armadillo on your plate. A live one.
I'm like, it's fighting back.
And there's a live armadillo on your plate just going...
I thought you were gonna. I thought that it was gonna be. So, how's everyone doing? Everything come out okay? And I just look at her and I take the fork and I snap it in half. At a wedding. So we were staying up till New Year's last night, And we all made it.
Good.
By the way.
Good. That's normal.
We were playing a game on Netflix because Netflix has games now, and I never thought I'd be playing a game on Netflix before. But it's
really? Like interactive?
Yep. Yeah. So they have a
cool.
QR code that you scan and you can play on your phones. And I guess it's like Netflix's version of Boggle, where you have to try to get as many words as you can.
You know why they're doing this,
there.
right? Because they just went up to $18 a freaking month for the normal service.
Yeah, and it's been worth it. That's where I find some of my pro wrestling.
All right.
But what I've been noticing the past couple of years of the ball dropping is like it's dropping, but it's off. Like the Dick Clark's new Rockin' New Year's whatever is like 25 seconds off from what's actually going on in real life.
The state of the whatever states
the state of the state
unanimity, whatever thing.
Of whatever.
He talks.
Yeah.
Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve.
Yes, it's like 25 seconds off from the actual time.
Is it?
Yes, it is. So it's
didn't we do a fact once where they're adding seconds to the universe? America is like adding 1 second at a time or something.
I don't know. My goal is that we're adding democracy to the world.
Okay.
So I look and it's like, yeah, Shelby's like, we have a minute. I'm like, actually, we have about 30 seconds. And I take out my phone and I'm counting down. I'm going 5, 4, but the TV's at like 30 seconds still.
Yeah.
I'm like 3. And Shelby's like, what are you doing?
Beyonce is up there and she's like, man, I just wish freedom and love to the whole world. And you're like, Happy New Year?
Yeah, seriously. And I'm counting down. She was like, wait, but it's not there yet. And I'm like, 3, 2, 1. And then I grab her face and I give her the biggest kiss in the world. And I'm just like, Happy New Year's. And she's happy. But Brett and Mel are looking at us like, but it's not, the ball hasn't dropped yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, it did. You're just not there yet.
They're like, we go by that.
Yeah. So I celebrated New Year's, in my opinion, the right way at the right time, not 30 seconds later like a schmuck.
Okay. That is the most self-righteous, pretentious way to ring in the new year. Watching the universal clock and not Ryan Seacrest.
I feel like I know what my year is going to be all about.
You're going to be 30.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Did they have an after party to this New Year's this year? Because I turned the TV off after the ball dropped. And
as everyone does. Yeah. So here's what happens. So Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, they have like multiple cities that beam in, and they add more and more. So
Dick Clark's also been dead for a decade. But go ahead.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know why they're
now we need Chicago. Now we need Las Vegas. Now we need Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So every year they like add a city, and the thing is they're not all in the same time zone. So like they premiere Puerto Rico's New Year's Eve, which by the way, if you haven't seen that is bonkers. They're like we do things a little different here, and they have a star that rises. And then as soon as the star rises, it goes and like sprays sparks everywhere. And then it's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And all the Puerto Ricans are like shaking and
that's like every Latin American beat to every song that they have. And then all of a sudden you hear it's like, Mr. what's Pitbull? Mr. 305 or whatever.
What?
What's Pitbull when he announces himself before the song?
He's Pitbull. Like,
yeah. What's his like, Mr. 305?
I don't know.
Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide.
It all sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
But then like all of Puerto Rico's like shaking their booties, and then it goes back and it's like Ryan Seacrest is like, okay, and now the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
And they just continue on. Well, then New York has theirs, which is, the best part. Everybody knows that real New Year's Eve starts in New York. But then like they've also been tagging along Chicago and Las Vegas. So they're not done.
No, they still have an hour.
So they
Chicago has an hour. Las Vegas has is Las Vegas on Mountain Time or Pacific Time?
Pacific, I believe.
Okay.
I should know that. That's embarrassing. But the thing is, like, they still haven't done their celebration yet. So they go into a third broadcast.
Oh my!
And then there's like usually like there's like a shot of Times Square, and it's just like confetti everywhere, and those stupid Planet Fitness hats that are all trampled.
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
And they're like, well, what do we do now? Back to you, Jay-Z.
Yeah. It's like we
In
still
Las
got about
Vegas.
3 more hours.
Yeah,
3 more
right.
hours till New Year's.
So there is an after party, but everybody leaves and everybody turns off their TVs. So
That's so great.
Which I didn't do. I tried to stay engaged. But I didn't make it that far.
I never knew because, like, you're from the Bay Area, so I guess your New Year's growing up was much different than mine was. Like, when it's New Year's, it's New Year's, but for you still had like 3 hours.
Well, I grew up watching Dick Clark and Ryan Seacrest as they were handing the baton because they delay the broadcast. So they record it, and then they delay it, and they start it at 8 o'clock in California time.
Oh,
so
okay.
Young Garrett didn't know all the difference. Didn't know the better.
It's New Year's for everybody.
Yeah, right.
Like
even though it
AM
already
over here.
happened 4 hours earlier. I was bold and brash earlier.
More like belongs in the trash.
And I asked Seth to trust me, and he did. He said, "Of course."
Which are the 2 of the scariest words you can ever say to Garrett.
I was doing garnish, and I thought of a new segment that we're going to try out if that's okay. And like all things, it could become a main staple, or it could just fade into obscurity, and we never know.
Like the wheel. It's just like it goes into the Area 3 of the Losers Club, like from last episode.
Yeah,
and it's just the wheel and random Wikipedia articles.
Yeah.
And it's like, who are you guys?
Or Seth sometimes will slowly kill a segment without my knowledge.
Yes.
I'll just feel like sitting there playing Game Boy, like, and then Seth will be over in the corner with like chloroform over the segment's mouth, and it's going.
It's like Garrett, just keep playing your Game Boy. Yeah. Oh wow, nice! You caught a radish. Great. Just keep looking at that, okay, sport.
And then the segment slowly dies. So we don't know.
And then you hear my trunk slam outside. I just drive off. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the part of the show where curiosity has no filter and facts don't need permission to exist. History gets weird, science gets random, and trivia shows up uninvited. This is No Holds Banter.
It's kind of like a play on No Holds Barred, which is like a certain type of wrestling match, and it's also a movie starring Hulk Hogan where anything goes. But it's No Holds Banter. So there your biscuits go. Yeah.
And I want to give Seth a little bit of a pat on the back here. He is holding on wildly to this bucking bronco. I'm my creative imagination.
I'm frightened. I gave it a title, so I'm frightened because now I'm a part of this.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Exhibit 1.
Okay.
Ever heard of the Delaware Wedge? Well, I was today old when I learned about it. It all started. Have you heard of this? The Delaware Wedge? Okay, perfect.
Is it that part of Delaware that looks like a wedge?
I feel like you could have just said that based on the words I just said.
Yeah, look at that. It's a part of Delaware that's kind of like a wedge.
Is that thing that's in Delaware that's a wedge?
Yeah. I'm looking at a map of Delaware, and there it is.
Have you ever heard of French fries? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aren't those things that are French and you fry them?
Yeah. But it's like have you ever heard of the Delaware Wedge? I'm like, is it that part of Delaware that's the wedge? And now Garrett's upset.
This is funny. This is really funny.
Okay.
It all started with the most random border decision in history. Delaware's 12-mile circle, drawn with Newcastle at its center. Rather than following rivers or latitude, like literally every other border ever, Delaware's northern boundary was meant to be a perfect circle, easy on paper, completely stupid on land and in practical terms.
Yes.
Pennsylvania's southern border, on the other hand, was defined by straight lines and latitude measurements. Thank you, Pennsylvania.
Thank you, William Penn.
Yeah. When surveyors attempted to merge these two ideas together, things didn't line up. As a result, a narrow triangular area later called the Delaware Wedge was claimed by both colonies. Are you looking at the picture of it?
I'm looking it up, yes.
See how the circle goes around and it like nears close to Pennsylvania and then like it just doesn't make it.
It almost looks like it took a part out of Pennsylvania, but they were lazy.
Well,
I've never really thought
around, and then it doesn't quite make it to Pennsylvania, and then it hits, what's the state under Pennsylvania?
Maryland?
Yeah.
Maryland.
And it doesn't make it all the way to the Maryland-Pennsylvania border, so it just comes short and goes down a little further.
Well, so it goes up into like Pennsylvania, and then it stops by New Jersey.
Oh, go to the other side. Go down to the other side of the circle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it just goes down, and then it goes down and left
It
and down
just
again.
misses it.
Yeah, just right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never realized the top of Delaware was around like that before, though. Honest to God.
Yeah.
And I've been studying U.S. geography almost my entire life.
So somebody came along, some chucklehead came along, and they're like,
chucklehead.
You know what? Let's make a circle and make that the border.
Yeah. They're like, they have half a donut in their hand, and they just hold it up to the sky. They're like, I have an idea.
Like, nobody has ever done this, but they're like, it'll be fine. No worries.
Yeah.
As a result, a narrow triangular area, later called the Delaware Wedge, was claimed by both colonies. Each believed that its interpretation of the boundary was correct, and neither was eager to concede the land. Go figure. Americans giving up land never happened. This, less than a square mile, by the way, for decades, the wedge existed in a legal gray area. Residents faced confusion over which laws applied to them, which courts had authority, and which government could collect taxes. In practice, the area was often undergoverned, sometimes functioning almost like an unincorporated area.
Yeah, no kidding.
Meanwhile,
oh no,
another oddity emerged.
Oh no.
Surveyors then discovered that Delaware Circle was the original boundary was off by 200 feet, an accidental misinterpretation of the original map that drew the circle even closer to the center of Delaware, creating, yes, that's right, another horn-shaped anomaly on the top of the map.
Yes,
Delaware,
that's what I'm looking at.
Delaware then decided to concede this land to Pennsylvania, the opposite of what had happened before. This narrow curved protrusion of New Pennsylvania land, now wrapped awkwardly, yes, there it is, around Delaware's circular border, looking almost accidental. Because Pennsylvania insisted on maintaining original boundaries, a horn-shaped extension was formed that made maps look even more impossibly discombobulated.
This is like you and I decided to
freaking
this is like mess. All right, Seth and Garrett, your job in this government is to give Delaware and Pennsylvania a border. No, you may go ahead and do so.
This is one restaurant bringing us one plate of food and saying divvy it up.
Yeah, it's like
we're like, well, this side has sushi, so you can have most of that. This one has a Whopper on it. I don't know what we're gonna do, but that side has pierogies.
Washington just shows up to us, and he's just looking at us all cross. And we're like, "What's wrong?" And he just gives another look. We're like, 200 feet. He's like, 200 feet.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we didn't think you noticed. That's our state. It's Gixels-Myersland. It's just 200 feet.
It just immediately goes out, and then we have both of our forks in a pizza.
Yeah.
And then we just look at each other, and you're like, do you want the pizza, Garrett?
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you want the pizza, Seth?
Oh, man. I never knew that.
Yeah.
This really is no holds banter, dude.
So the first one they both wanted, and the second one they both didn't want.
So Maryland took it. Tell me Maryland took it.
You'll find out.
Okay,
both anomalies lingered on and on and on after independence. Even the famous Mason-Dixon line didn't clarify anything.
That's true, because it's between Pennsylvania and Maryland, right? Or is that Maryland and Virginia?
So they could have piggybacked onto the Mason-Dixon line and been like, you know what? We're going to let this Mason-Dixon line decide. But they still didn't. It wasn't until 1921 that the U.S. Supreme Court officially settled the dispute, because neither of them could be trusted with figuring things out on their own for hundreds of years.
Yes.
The U.S. Supreme Court officially settled the dispute, awarding the Delaware Wedge to Delaware.
Delaware.
And awarding the Pennsylvania Horn to, Pennsylvania.
I thought you were going to say, and the Pennsylvania Horn to, Delaware.
Something that literally 2 5-year-olds could have done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but we had the Civil War, and then after that, there were a lot of hurt feelings, and we didn't want to talk about boundaries for a while.
But many, many, many governors and people deciding laws couldn't agree, so they had to wait till the Supreme Court stepped in. However, again, residents of the Horn still were not happy because for generations, the people living on this Delaware land now suddenly found themselves Pennsylvanians.
Oh my gosh.
So the Horn happened. They were in Delaware, and then the Supreme Court was like, you know what? Just put the border all the way to Pennsylvania. It'll be fine.
Right.
Despite the residents' attempts to appeal, because it would be like you suddenly being in Kentucky.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like all your life you've been an Ohioan, and then the Supreme Court was like, you know what? Cincinnati's now Kentucky's problem.
Oh my gosh.
And all of your laws changed.
It's like, and I'm just standing there, and it's like they make that decision and nothing's happened. I'm like, what is that? And you hear rumbling, and all of a sudden fried chicken just starts falling from the sky. I'm like, ah!
And all the Kentuckians are like, what? This happens every January.
Yeah, it's the January fried chicken drop. I'm like, it's still scalding hot. Like, yep, that's Kentucky for you.
That's Kentucky.
Home of Henry Clay.
You're like, I am writing President Trump right now.
Yeah. Oh gosh, no.
Despite the residents' attempts to appeal the issue, the United States government decided to ignore its own citizens in hopes that the matter would eventually go away.
That's so American.
So they did nothing.
We are too big to fail.
Because it's like not even a square mile. It's like 20 people.
Feet. Yeah,
it's like 20 people who are like, we're upset, and the government's like, what?
It's just a McDonald's. We're like, well, whose McDonald's does this belong to?
Yeah. And the U.S. government that had nothing bigger to take care of just ignored them.
Yes.
Today, both areas are quiet and easy to miss, but they're enduring reminders that American borders were shaped not by politics, not by war, but by random geometry, guesswork, and century-old misunderstandings.
To this day, both areas are insignificant and are getting more and more obscure.
Yeah. End Exhibit A.
Well, we hope you found U.S. geography an interesting part of your day, and that was No Holds Banter.
Ding, ding.
The ding ding needs to be the bell you put in.
It's from Rocky.
Oh my gosh. All right, Banter Biscuits, we are extremely grateful you guys decided to spend your New Year's with us. We thank you so much for just giving us 84 episodes so far of this amazing podcast. If you do us a favor, click like and subscribe wherever you listen to. Give us a 5-star review. And we can't wait to see you guys as Valentine's Day is approaching. And I'm sure Garrett and I have no idea what we're doing for our wives.
Banter Gravy now exists in 3 years, so enjoy that.
Good night, everybody.
Take care.